We are definitely tending these guys enough, right? That's definitely happening. Tending has only just started. There's allegedly 12 people, but it is set to auto-employ, and honestly, I don't trust auto-employ with this. It's, I don't know. Because I've glanced at it a few times now, and I only see just like 2-3 people, but it's a bit rough because all these sheep are in different shapes and sizes, so I'm not sure. I just worry that it's like, oh wow, you pounded out daily tending, 407 out of 407, there was still a bit of evening left, so it like takes off a person, and then the next day it'd be like, oh, only 350 out of 400. Yeah, I don't like the auto-employ there. I'm gonna pound it out so that we get it plus a bit extra. So 14. So we should be able to absolutely handle the tending. Because if we're not tending these things 100%, I don't really see the point then of having like a massive, huge farm. Because I'm also thinking about getting a... Man, you really stand out, don't you, Azuranos? I'm thinking about getting another noble. Or so. Because I assume I can't have another noble for the fish. You know, only one masturbator is allowed. But we can get, well, technically a master of the hunt, but master of livestock we can get for plus 20. There's master of the farms as well for just plus 10, not as much. Or feast would be great because breweries and bakeries and ration makers plus 25, pretty nuts. Industry would just generally be a nice one though. But these would all be nice, to be honest. It is... Oh, yeah, Master of Farms, just plus 10% though. Well, so I thought there was a more specific one. Well, I'd rather go for a plus 20 or plus 25, so... Perhaps we go Master of Livestock then. Ensure all animals keep up to the needs of the city. I mean, look, plus 50 on hunters, that's so good. That's insane. It's like you have 2 hunters, bam, you got a third for free. Man. It probably means that they're a lot better at like lining up shots and don't miss as much. Our food has gone from 5 to 6. That's good. I don't think that's going to be keeping up for very long though, because the rations are draining. So I should make a choice here pretty soon. It's, well, let's see here actually. If I were to bump you up by a little bit, I mean, how much we actually produce in here? Estimated this year, just 121. That's it. That's all. That's garbage. It's terrible. Whereas if I were to do farms and we expand the farming, I mean, we get like hundreds of stuff from this. So that'd be like probably plus 30, 35 fruit if I went that way. And livestock was plus 20, which should be giving me skill animals, failed tending. Oh, okay, it multiplied by 1. That's alright. That's fine. Estimated this year, 120. That's terrible. I mean, I guess the big thing is, like, I'm getting cotton as well, right? That's sort of the big deal with that. I gotta start spinning this stuff into actual fabric and probably sell that for a little bit to get some money, and then I can start buying some resources to help keep us afloat. But before I do trading, I'd like to do some research and all that, so... I think I go for the second fishery methods, or should I just go for armor smithing? Because weaponsmithing, we can do makeshift weapons. Armor smithing, we couldn't do makeshift because that required the leather that I don't have. So we're going armor smithing and makeshift weapons. So there. That's done. We can do the smithy, we can get armor smithing. Probably pound out fishing methods because fishing is, I think, by a big margin. I think that's the biggest food source that I've got. produced last year 1.4k, estimated this year 2k. And then we can see about removing water here to see if we get a little more fish in space. Not fully certain how that'll work, if they can even reach it, because it's like deep water. It's looking like they wouldn't be able to reach it. So cancel that out then. We'd have to do like that kind of a deal, right? So you can just straight through them. Yeah, now they're working on it. Okay, cool. The mining for mushrooms is happening. The mushroom gathering itself was not ready yet, I think. Yeah, it's got to be ripe in late summer. So any day now, we can get these harvested. And there's, it looks like a lot there. We are currently not eating mushrooms. Minus 22 of negative fruit. Currently not eating mushrooms. Or veg. In any of these. Right. Okay. And I did see Eatery 1 for a little bit there was set to, service was like kind of empty at one point, and I thought, whoa, that can't be right. And it seems like maybe that isn't right. Or maybe it's just draining throughout the day and it's... I don't know, it seems fine. It should still be fine. I mean, we should be looking at getting a bit more at some point. But this eatery does half the city currently. A lot of folks coming in to eat. Available services is holding steady. It does get filled up. We're sitting at the upper threshold through most of the day. We'll be needing to do something about that soon, I think. We could easily get a second eatery built up over here. We got the stone and stuff for it. And also, well, clay we don't have, though. Clay we don't have because that's all going into... Well, was going into pottery, which was being done next door. Yeah, they're eating all of that. I'm gonna bring you down to 2 because we've fallen back quite a bit on drinks. We've got a lot of excess. I'll bump out a touch more clay and we can see about getting... no, not like that. Don't copy. Get another eatery set up. Just up here. Nothing super big and wild, though. Just another spot. 61 wood, 66 stone, 24 clay. Go for it. And research is doing its best. Oh yeah, we got these laboratories as well that I could see about doing. Forgot about that. I mean, we still haven't filled this one up yet. I'm getting there, though. Slowly. It's happening. And then training-wise, gonna bump this down to 10, so I got some spare bodies to help out with the digging, the harvesting when that's ready, and also some of the mining and stuff. So that's definitely happening, and they are hauling it. It's not a super great haul. What are you doing right this second? Relaxing, okay. The workday is sort of over. You're sleeping a bit. You're also sleeping, relaxing. I don't know. It should be all right. Yeah, meat, fish. They're getting the good stuff stored over here. So that's all happening. The janitor should be able to reach everything. No worries there. You can also manage some of the mushroom farm when that gets going. Ooh, we have some mushrooms. Okay. How many? Okay, there's a good bit more. Okay, good. I'm gonna say mushrooms. Bring into here. Fetch. Take out some stone and throw some more into there. Bring the mushroom over so I know how much we're dealing with here. Coal mine, stone mine. Oh yeah, coal mine, you're sort of half-staffed. I'm gonna say that's half-staffed. I know it's not half. It's basically half. Come on, let me round a little bit. That's fine. A little bit of crime was happening. We had a flashing. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we'll get some law soon. Pound out another fishery thing for another 10%. Trying very, 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 very hard to keep our food afloat because I'm so nervous about that. It's so easy to grow beyond what your food and everything can manage. Because sometimes there's not a whole lot of choice in the matter. Like, I can't just hunt a bunch. Because then we're out of animals, and I don't know if they ever, if I hunt out one of the zones, do they ever come back? I think they would, because we had that Smilodon over here, right? Where it was just empty, but suddenly there was one, and then there wasn't anymore, and now there's one up there again, just hanging out. So I guess they would come back eventually. There are 2 hunters working here, allegedly. Not sure where they're hunting at. We got all the, basically caribou going up there. Tons of aurochs, globedeans. Like, we could do a little bit of hunting up here, I suppose. $20 wood, 72 stone. I get a couple more hunters. Good luck to you. We'll see if they manage. And then a little more there. So that's upwards of... That'll put us, I think, towards like 8.6 knowledge. I think. Because it's like 150 to 2 per. Okay, even it's like worse than that. We only got 300 from 6 more people. So like 50 knowledge per. So we still got a couple thousand research coming through. So we can look into doing a little bit of law. I think prepared meals would be the thing to do those. So like, I'm really thinking they'll eat less with this. It should just be higher fulfillment and they still eat the same amount of food. I don't know. Or should I go for the lab upgrade? We can technically get the materials. We should do one thing at a time, though. We're still working on mining that out for proper metal smelting, which, is this even, like, anywhere near big enough? I don't even know. The refining metal smelter. Turn coal and ore into metal. 1.5 each makes 1. It's a noisy thing, thus. Like, if I were to do that big, let's say. Oh, hell no. Okay, there are smaller furnaces. Alright, because I'm probably not going to have so many employees working here. And then there'd be your storage and a little auxiliary furnace. Just a cheap and easy one. And big in our furnace, so 3.6 employees. I guess. And then the auxiliary furnace needs to be bigger. Needs to be a touch bigger than this, but okay. So digging a mountain. Get this this whole lot kind of done, and we'll sort of smooth it out somewhat. Make it look a little more natural, you know. I can't have an ugly cave. Alright? You wouldn't understand. What's that? Oh, hey, more coal. And there's coal just tucked away everywhere, isn't there? Okay. Bring this back down to 13, maybe. And coal. Have a bit more. A good bit more. Because it seems like we're going to be draining that pretty fast. Daily tending here. Hopefully is back up in order. I would hope. Kinda? Sorta? It's slow going. Seems like we'll be okay, though. Like, for a while, just no tending happens. Like, what's going on with that? Did, like, the babbies just not get tended, but they still counter something? 360 out of 407, it just kind of stops. Alright, I'm gonna get more people. We're gonna get 18 employees. That's 6 more than it was auto-employing at. And we'll see how that goes then. Because, yeah, otherwise they start to die and stuff, and then it's just wasted. I've got this thing to be huge for a reason. We're not even fully at capacity with the animals, so we're not getting any spillover for a smaller slaughtering farm. It's disappointing to me. Mushroom area is cleared out, so let's go for... Yeah, they got most of that holdover now finally, too. I was waiting on that, so I get kind of an idea of how much we've got. I think plenty. A mushroom farm, which should automatically brings up this nice fertility thing, which is honestly pretty readable. I do like the highlights and the direction that's all going. Oh, you're gonna be a building. Oh, that's... Wait a minute, that's cool? Or a mushroom farm's always like that? Oh, they're just always like that. Aha. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought maybe our indoor or like cave farms were perhaps always words. Yes. Okay. It's a bit of work, but it costs 80 mushrooms to do. Our production will be 11. Doesn't sound too tremendous. It costs 4 stone, which is really very easy. And fertility is still 100%. This is, to me, a pretty big farm. That'll also take a pretty big amount of work to do because there's some mountaining we have to do, or are we just like not... Maybe we're just not doing that part. We'll see what they end up doing. I might have to like redo the farm though or something. But okay. I will get some more housing in over here to help out with it. See, that's a bunch of stone, that is like 200 to 300 stone. I don't know why this is so cheap stone-wise. It is like scary cheap. And then fishing-wise, hasn't actually done anything for me, that. Sorry, everybody, go back to work. We're good. Didn't actually do anything. But yeah, there was the hint there. You can get more usable fishing area by filling in strips of land in the deeper water, which I've done, yet it hasn't actually, like, shallowed it up at all. Or increased our accessibility. Maybe for the bigger lakes where there's, like, a profound amount of deeper water or something, maybe then. Wood-wise, we're still draining, right? Like, pretty good lot. Yeah, pretty good lot. So that's now maxed out. How many nobles can I have, by the way? And also, where's the second noble? Because you need to be named. Oh, I didn't actually assign you. Okay. I hadn't decided yet. I think I might go for the farms, though. rather than livestock. Though there is also a potential in improving mining efficiency. Everything running at peak efficiency and all quotas are back, because 15% more. Like, what do we have here? We're looking at not workload, not tool. Oh, hey, tool level, look at that. And actually tell it, was that always there? I don't think that was there last build. Maybe it was. Efficiency 100%, I think is what we'd be looking at. It wouldn't be improving output or deposits, though, I think, having a master dude noble working on this, right? Just the efficiency. Because I was thinking that maybe if it improves the output overall, then even in a less efficient cool guy deposit, we're still able to get some decent stuff out of it. Because that's my big issue right now, is we've got a lot of mining tiles, but they're pretty weak overall. So unless I'm getting like a few hundred miners, we're not getting a whole lot out of these areas. And that's kind of my general qualm with this game currently in its current state, is generating a world that actually has deposits of notable quantity that aren't just embedded behind 70 tiles of mountain, where it'd be like, oh, really rich coal here. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna mine through this entire mountain to get my first coal. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's it's a bit rough, to say the least. Maybe if there was like a tile generation preference where when it's placing densities, it has less of a weight toward the edges of the map, then maybe that'd be an okay solution, or at least something to try. Because it's not like you can be so far inside the mountain that the mountain is like out to the middle of the map, you know? Like there's no... The chances of finding a tile that actually lets you embark on that is slim to none. There's still a bunch of mushroom going on up there. I don't know. It's not so easy. We're still working on getting the hunters built up. I think I'm gonna go for hiring the next lot of, or recruiting in the next lot of people. Our food days has gone from 5 to 9. It's almost doubled, and we're out of rations now. I think a lot of that is the mushrooms that we are not allowed to eat, but it's still counting that. I think, because the rice itself is allowed to eat it. Yeah, that's enabled. If I were to disable that, doesn't really update that at all. 44 workforce now. Woof. Okay. It's a lot of workforce. Fishermen reporting bad catches today. Let's hope the catch of fish tomorrow will be better. Oh no! Event cut in half. Ugh, that's problematic. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow's a bit better. You know, it'd be cool as a nice fishing boon would be nice. A little fishing buff. Aw, the fish are somehow 10 times larger today. Oh, 1,000 fish just rained from the sky, ready to be eaten. Oh, amazing. Yeah, probably not. Worst case, the interesting thing with this game is there's not so much weight on your individual citizens, that if 100 people were to be killed, as long as people are happy, the survivors, as long as they're happy, or as long as we can get back stable to get them happy, we'll get the 100 people right back. So that's also a thing. Like, maybe if you go through these nasty events and you do have starvations and stuff, and people do emigrate out, which they will like, they'll go on strike and they'll eventually just leave the city when they're unhappy. It doesn't really matter too much, though. Okay, mushroom farm is go. I don't think I need that many people. I'll say 5, because it's roughly a 500 area. And they live right next door. Or at least can potentially live right next door. Skill only 14%, but that'll go up over time. They'll get better at it. And then when I have a cool noble dude for farms, And that'll be that. Finally in the tilling phase. The harvesting phase lasts a decent little while. Trapped? Uh-oh. Oh my god. Like, actually, oh my god. What? Alright, can we... Yeah, he's free! Man. Alright, so anyway. Fighting time, dude. You're gonna get stuck in the wall if you're not careful. Ooh, it almost happened. Okay, we're good. Whew. Man, oh man. Alright, work value is plenty happy with that. No issues at all whatsoever. 38 people to be employed still. That is a boost in research, which we have 1.3k in. Improve... Well, hold on. Did I have cut stone? Masonry for cut stone, right? I think so. Improve laboratory. It's gotten. Oh, my goodness. Good going, Coral Totem. Good going. Not enlisted. Workday's over. Currently enjoying its leisure time that your majesty is so generously providing. Spends a lot of time with Bob Ecklinson, some recruit in the south part of the city. Can hear the voices of the gods and is renowned for seeing into the future. What's the future telling you now, Coral? Oh, well, I mean, like I was just saying, though, where it's like, this dude will bleed out and die, but it doesn't really matter because somebody will just swoop right in and replace him. There are, like, workplace skills, so the longer they're working there, the better off they are, but I don't think it matters so much, honestly. Right, so, we got this mined out, so we can get this built up to melt ore into proper metals, and then we can make armors and also get stone cutting, because stone cutting also required proper melted smelted. Melty smelty. 8 by 8, how about that? This eastern wall, 4.8 employees. The smallest storage you can manage, because I don't really need storage, honestly. And then enough of this crud to get us the efficiency we would need. And then maybe a few more furnaces. And then a touch more efficiency. A couple doors. It's a little bit wonky looking, but it's fine. You don't really notice the doors too much. Well, in a mountain, you actually super duper notice the doors, but oh well. Okay, 6 employees, flat, 100% efficiency, construct. So that's that, and they don't really need to have a workroom because this will be largely taking care of it, though it needs more crates. That can we dig out a little bit more here, please? You're not going to because... Oh, okay, you are. For a second, it looked like they weren't going to because it's got that, like, kind of thin wall thing going on there. Okay. Services still doing okay with eateries. We've got a good lot of mushrooms. We've got a good lot of fruit. The brewery is still going. Still consuming some fruit. This farm ought to be still quite happy. 100% still tilling. This eatery is staffing everything. Are we okay with that? But yeah, I suppose rations as well. But yeah, then we can throw We can throw mushrooms into the mix since we're growing those officially. That's in. And I'd like to get in some veg. Okay, yeah, we do. We do have veg going in. We just haven't gathered it or what? Late summer. Alright, I don't think they got around to doing that. They were doing the mushrooms first. And this is wild opiate. Okay, I think food we've stabilized a bit on. Is this dude still bleeding out? Coral, would you just die already? It's been days. So once you get the metal smelter done, there is the masonry next door. Masonry out over here wouldn't be terrible, since that's where the stone mine is. Just a little storage. And workbenches. Bonk. I don't know how much cut stone I need, as is usually the case. Would that work? No. But this would. Bam. 88. And there we go. There is no one tile one. 12 employees, 100% efficiency, 35 metal. We need 50 furniture, which getting a little bit low on furniture. So there's that. You can get cut stone going. Furniture is low because we're just using that much. We're just using a bunch. The weapons, just 2 people. It's maybe okay. We don't have an excess of weapons yet. The woodcutter, yeah, that is what it is there. Alright, let's go with a noble. Who do we like the face of? Oof. Oof. Handsome. Bartolus Sullivan. A brewer man's. Well, grats to you. You're going to be farms. It's sad that it's only plus 10% though. It makes me very sad, but 10% is kind of a lot. Bam. We will also rename you Elizabeth Thalandre. It's butters. Stout Dondorian Noble, proudly serving you as a master of farms. Good health, 88 stone, 5.2 taith tall. Descendant of a great hero of the north, has not yet been shopping for a home, but will look for one soon. Not enlisted. Workdays over, currently enjoying leisure time. A lot of time spent with Maximus Sullivan, a fruit farmer in the southwest part of the city. Has always dreamt of being a guard. Thinks I can do better. Monuments. Housing. You know, you say housing, but like... Ooh. Cave boys. I guess cave boys. Dig into the mountain more, I suppose.